Stay tuned towards the end of this video where I can show you my Sonic the Hedgehog collection.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin.
This channel is designed for adults viewing only, and certain videos will contain rated M for mature video games, featuring realistic violence, gore and suggestive themes. If you are not an adult, do not view the content on this channel.
Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Get ready to take a trip down memory lane. Hold on to your hats and stay tuned for this special presentation. But first, we have some exclusive content. Take a look at some really interesting facts about Sonic the Hedgehog. In 1990, Sega of Japan President Hayao Nakayama decided that Sega needed a flagship series and mascot to compete against Nintendo's Super Mario.
This man came all the way from Indiana to get one. He came 1,000 miles just for this game?
Yes. I've done 7 stores a day for 3 weeks now, and I cannot find it.
Few stores that have been able to get copies of the hottest Nintendo games, Mario 2 and The Adventure of Link.
I have Super Mario Bros. 2.
During this time period, Super Mario 3 was recently released and was red hot. One of the most top-selling games on the Nintendo Entertainment System. So Sega's developmental team was hard at work, and after seeing a tech demo, Sonic was initially supposed to be a rabbit, able to grasp objects with his ears. That proved to be too complex, but later on, the game Ristar was released, using the same exact concept. Eventually, Sega settled with Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog was designed to be blue on purposely to match the color of Sega's logo. Sonic the Hedgehog's shoe designs were inspired by Michael Jackson's boot. The color scheme of Sonic the Hedgehog's shoes were inspired by Michael Jackson's music album, Bad. Speaking of Michael Jackson secretly composed a lot of music for the Sonic the Hedgehog games on the Sega Genesis. Dr. Eggman, or Robotnik, depending on which region you're in, his character was a pre-existent abandoned character from a developmental team contest. It was retooled as a villain in Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sega's developmental team switched their names to Sonic Team for the game's release, confident on how great this game is. Sonic eventually became a packing game for the Sega Genesis in North America, helping Sega gain 65% of the market share against Nintendo. Now in today's episode, we'll be taking a look at some interesting Sonic the Hedgehog games, and we'll also feature exclusive content and episodes that have never been seen before. So stay tuned and relax, and let's play some Sonic games. Alright, here we are with some exclusive content for this episode. And we're playing Sonic the Hedgehog on the Game Gear. This is something that's really unique and interesting. I mean, check this out. I do have the cartridge for this game, and this game, obviously, you can see that for a handheld version of it from back when this came out, it actually looks not bad. It actually looks okay. The rings look much larger than your normal console counterpart, and the animation and the way Sonic looks and everything, the graphics actually look not bad. It has like a bit of an 8-bit look to it, but it actually looks okay. And so far, the enemies look okay, and you see that the game plays pretty much the same as you would expect it to on a normal Sega Genesis version of Sonic the Hedgehog. And it's a pretty darn good handheld version of Sonic the Hedgehog, as you can see here. It's pretty good. I would say that the biggest issue with the Game Gear is I obviously have one. If you have the original screen on it, it's pretty hard to actually see the screen sometimes, and it takes like 6 batteries. Oh my god. Yeah, Sonic is probably the most iconic video game mascot. Right behind Super Mario, of course. Mario's like probably number 1. Sonic is a close number 1 in my opinion. I would say Sonic and Mario are tied. And let's check out the next Sonic the Hedgehog game on our list. Now here we have Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Game Gear, and somehow they actually got this Sega little voice introduction on that. I don't know how they pulled that off. Now check this out, you have a little Sonic the Hedgehog 2 introduction right here. It's exclusive to the Game Gear. I mean, look at this. That looks pretty cool. Got Tails being kidnapped. Now that's something you definitely don't see on the Sega Genesis version. That's interesting. Now I got Eggman that flew off. And he flew off with Tails, and let's see what happens here. Got an amazing Sonic the Hedgehog 3 title screen right there. Like Sonic the Hedgehog 2, that is. Title screen on the Game Gear. It looks really cool. I mean, look at that. Got the first level right here. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, it looks pretty reminiscent to what you would see on the Genesis version. Of course, the Genesis version, that's not exactly the first level, but eventually you get to a level that looks pretty close to what you have here. And that's pretty interesting. And it's pretty much the same as the first one. Let's see if you can do a spin. Oh, whoa, no. Let's see if we get over here. If you guys stay tuned, we're going to be also checking out some crazy Game Genie hacks on Sonic 1, 2, and 3 for the Genesis. So that's coming up pretty soon in this special compilation. One thing I want to try out. Okay, so Sonic still doesn't do a spin dash on the Game Gear version right here. So that's interesting. So let's check out the next Sonic the Hedgehog exclusive portion of this video right here. Let's check it out. So here we have a Sonic game known as Sonic Triple Trouble for the Game Gear. This I've never actually played before. So we're gonna have to check this out. Sonic Triple Trouble. I didn't realize there was that many Sonic games on the Game Gear. I mean, just look at this. We have a nice animated introduction right here. The Game Gear was quite the impressive piece of hardware. I mean, look at this. It looks pretty good. This came out in '94. You have a really, really awesome looking Sonic title screen right here with Knuckles. So you can choose your Sonic or Tails. Let's see exactly what kind of game this is. This appears to be some sort of platformer as well. This is really interesting. Look at that. Ooh. So this game feels a little slippery in the controls. So the detail on Sonic definitely looks a little bit better on the character model. My guess is you can do a spin dash now? Wow, the controls are... Yeah, you can do a spin dash on this Sonic the Hedgehog game on a Game Gear. And the controls do feel a little bit slippery on this game. Like if you walk, and you let go of the buttons, he actually continues walking. Like he's on ice. The level layout is actually really good. So I can tell that the levels... So far, this level seems to be pretty decent, the way it's laid out. And that's cool, you can do a spin dash through the wall. You can tell that this pushed the Game Gear to its limitation. It seems... Look at this. If you let go, Sonic still walks. Right now I'm not pushing the button, so... There's a bit of a delay. You can see that he slips around like he's on ice. That's the one thing I could probably complain about in this game, but... Look at that, that is still pretty awesome though. It's actually quite impressive that it's a Game Gear Sonic game. And it looks really, really good. And let's be honest, this is a handheld, and it looks better than a lot of the NES graphics that exist. And there we go, we got the end of the level. Let's try out another Sonic the Hedgehog game on the Game Gear. And here we have Sonic Spinball on the Game Gear, and check out that cool looking Sega splash screen right there with Sonic the Hedgehog. That's pretty cool. We've got Sonic Spinball, so much like on Sega Genesis, we have a Sonic Pinball game, which I believe is the same thing. I have it somewhere, yeah, Sonic Spinball. So this is the Sega Game Gear port of the Genesis game right here. This is what it looks like. You can see that it looks pretty close to the same thing as the Genesis version, except the frame rate looks a little choppy. It's not quite as smooth as the Genesis version of the game, but it still looks actually not bad, surprisingly. It looks actually pretty good. You still have plenty of textures in the background, a lot of detail. So yeah, that is Sonic Spinball. There's not really a whole lot you can see in this game except for it's a pinball game with Sonic the Hedgehog. I personally really enjoyed playing the Genesis version of the game, but I've never actually seen the Game Gear version until now. I mean, look at that. It doesn't look half bad. So let's check out the next Sonic game that on the Game Gear. And here we have a game known as Sonic Labyrinth. Now, this one's a little mysterious to me, but it looks like some sort of either fighting or racing game or something. I could be wrong. Let's check this out. The title screen looks pretty elaborate. Alright, so let's do I guess a normal game. Let's see what this is. So right away we have like what it looks like a Sonic 3D Blast type thing going on here. Isometric view. And the game feels like it plays kind of just like that. What is this? Okay, so we have a time limit up there on top. And I'm not exactly certain on everything that we're supposed to be doing on this game, except the game does... Oh my god, is he falling off? What's going on here? The controls on this game don't... Oh, there's a key. Like, apparently there's 3 different keys that we have to find. So, like I was saying before, the controls don't feel exactly the greatest on this game. Both buttons do spin dash, so that's interesting. There's another key right here. We can get that key. That was a second key, but I don't see that appearing on top. I thought I picked that up. So this is... What is this? Oh, you can slip and fall on whatever that is. I don't know what that was, but... You can see that this game is probably not the greatest Sonic game, but it was a nice little Sonic game to have on your handheld back then. And you had Sonic 1 and 2, and you had a few other Sonic games on Game Gear. So this was like a nice little additional game to have. And here we have Sonic Chaos on the Game Gear. And check this out. We have Dr. Robotnik right there on the top, being chased by Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, this is amazing graphics on the Game Gear right here. We've got Tails right there. And there we go, Sonic Chaos. And you can choose between Sonic and Tails. And here we are on the first level. Let's find out how this plays. The animation on Sonic and the controls. Oh yeah, they seem pretty good on this one. Got the nice spin dash right there. That actually seems pretty good. See how the level design looks right here. Oh! The sprites are nice and big on the Game Gear. I mean, check this out. It looks pretty good. I've actually never played Sonic Chaos. I recently bought a Game Boy. It doesn't work properly. Not a Game Boy, a Game Gear, that is. It does not work properly. I recently bought a Game Gear, and unfortunately it doesn't work properly, so I can't really enjoy my Game Gear games except for doing it like this. So it appears that this game is actually The controls are nice on it. The level designs seem okay so far. Let's see here. We're going to try to make it to the end of the level. Let's see what happens. Oh, let's see what this looks like. And that's actually quite impressive for an 8-bit handheld. I mean, look at that! That is incredible. Wow. This Game Gear really... That was pretty amazing. I would say Sonic Chaos so far is probably one of my favorites on the Game Gear so far that I've played. That game is actually pretty cool. The first level of it, at least. I never actually played too much into that. I have to check it out. And then we have Sonic Blast on the Game Gear. Let's check this out. We have like an emerald little diamond right there. Let's see. Sonic Blast. Got Sonic and Knuckles on the title screen. Do Sonic or Knuckles? Alright, let's choose Sonic, I guess. Since this is about Sonic the Hedgehog, let's choose this, see exactly what we have here. And right away, Sonic the Hedgehog definitely looks kind of a little funny on this one. And it looks like they added a little bit more detail on the ground and on the grass. It doesn't look like a normal Sonic the Hedgehog game. It looks a little weird. Yeah, look at that. Look how much detail or textures they added onto that spin right there. That looks really strange. The controls are not bad. It just looks really interesting. I'd never even seen a Sega Genesis Sonic game look like that before. It looks kind of digitized. Here we are in the Sonic the Hedgehog's legs don't move around. I'm not a fan of the graphics on this one. No, the bonus levels actually surprisingly look not bad. That actually looks pretty good for Game Gear standards. Now that Sonic model right there actually looks not bad. It looks pretty good. So that is interesting. It looks pretty good. It doesn't look bad at all. I'm actually quite surprised. So let's move on to the next Sonic game. Let's see what else we can dig up here for an exclusive episode for the Sonic presentation. And of course we have Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Master System. Let's check this out. This I've actually played before. And it's actually not half bad. Actually, I mean, look at that. It looks pretty good. Look how smooth the animation is on Sonic. If you're not too knowledgeable on 16-bit and 8-bit graphics, you might actually confuse this with the Sega Genesis version of the game. And in fact, that actually happened to my my nephew. He came over, he played this version of Sonic the Hedgehog and thought he was playing the Sega Genesis version, but he soon realized that he was playing the Sega Master System version after he saw the graphical differences. But that goes to show you how good the Master System version is. It's actually not bad. It's actually pretty decent for an 8-bit version of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's really good. Oh my god. There is some differences here between this and the Genesis version, so I recommend playing both. And then you have Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Sega Master System, and you see that the title screen is very, very much the same as the Game Gear version, because the Game Gear version and the Master System pretty much shared nearly all the same games almost. The Master System version might be a little bit better on the frame rate. It might look a little bit better. So let's check this out. Got Sonic 2. Let's see exactly what we have here. And so far it looks identical to the Game Gear version. You see it looks really good. And oh my god, look how fast speed. Oh, look at. Oh! And there still is no spin dash. But still, for Master System standards, this is really, really nice. And down in Brazil, the Sega Master System was quite the popular console, and it stayed on their market for quite a long time, so they were probably playing Sonic 1 and 2 on the Master System for quite a long time down in Brazil. And yeah, check this out. It looks not bad at all. And there we go, we got to the end of the level. Let's check out another Master System game. Apparently Sonic Chaos released on Master System. I had no idea that even existed. Well, look at this introduction. This looks really, really good. I had no idea that this was on the Master System. Let's check this out. Oh yeah, this actually looks and it plays really nice. You got the spin dash. And the spin dash graphics, I mean, look at that. That looks really, really good in detail for Master System standards. I mean, if Sonic would have came out on the Master System before the Genesis existed, that might have put a halt on the Mario popularity altogether. Because Sonic on the Master System so far is actually pretty solid. You can tell that in this game it pushes the Master System to its limits. The frame rates are a tad bit not as smooth. And it's actually very, very impressive though. So that is actually insane. Let's check out the next game. And here's another game that I never knew existed, but apparently there's Sonic Spinball on the Master System. Came out around 94, I guess. I had no idea this actually existed. I mean, what the hell? I mean, look at that introduction right there. You have Sonic clinging to the airplane that Tails is flying around. Let's see if we can start the game, and it definitely looks unique, a little different than the Game Gear version, I think. Let's see if it plays as smooth as the Genesis version. And you can tell that the animation and the frame rate's a little bit more choppy. So it suffers from the same issue as the Game Gear version. It looks a little bit more choppier, the frame rate looks a bit less. It's not quite as playable as the Sega Genesis version, but it's still quite amazing that this is actually on the Game Gear. I'm probably sure that this was probably more popular down in Brazil. A long time ago, before there was 3DS and all kinds of PlayStation Vitas and all that stuff, we had handheld consoles that played individual games. Tiger Electronics and Konami and Acclaim were pretty famous for making those handheld consoles. A long time ago, before there was 3DS and all kinds of PlayStation Vitas and all that stuff, we had handheld consoles that played individual games. Tiger Electronics and Konami and Acclaim were pretty famous for making those handheld consoles. And a lot of times, kids that owned these consoles, these little handhelds, were kids that could not afford to own the Super Nintendo, the Genesis, the NES, or the Game Boy, or the Game Gear, probably because their parents didn't have money enough to actually buy them a $200 gaming console or handheld. And quite often you'll see ads like this back in the day where the Super Nintendo, as you can see here, is flaunting right in your face. But guess what? You're getting one of these motherfuckers for Christmas. If you were lucky, you got the Konami handhelds, because they were actually pretty cool. I like how they're shaped. Quite often, you'll end up with the Tiger Electronic handhelds, which were a lot more popular. The Acclaim handhelds were a little bit of a novelty, because you don't see too many of those around, but check that out. That Royal Rumble handheld with Hulk Hogan on it looks pretty cool. Either way, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to end up with a really shitty portable handheld that ate up batteries real fast, and the game was very, very mediocre. sucks compared to like Game Boy or Game Gear, and definitely an abomination to like an actual gaming console. But if you were from the 80s or 90s during that era, I know you guys have one of these before once or twice. In fact, that Ninja Turtle one right there, that was my favorite. Unfortunately, Tiger Electronics came out with the idea of, instead of releasing a bunch of little handhelds, how about let's make one handheld and a bunch of shitty games. I mean, before we even review the game, I mean, there's a little ad right here for Sonic Jam, and this is for Game.com, this ad right here, so you can barely read it. You would actually see these ads in various different magazines, and you know, the ad might fool you into thinking, oh, this is pretty cool. It's almost like Game Boy, but you can play Sonic the Hedgehog. Look at that. So that actually might lead you out to go out and buy the game, and there you have a $10 rebate on the actual console itself. So during the late 90s, Game.com was almost trying to take over the gaming scene when it came to handhelds. I mean, this console was everywhere in a short amount of time. It had all kinds of ads, commercials, and you know what? They sucked. And that leads us to the following review of Sonic Jam on the Game.com. Prepare yourself for a very, very shitty game. Tried this game out, and as you can see here, this is the main screen on the Game.com. Just in case you guys did not see the last video, Game.com actually had a Duke Nukem game, which is ridiculous. And right here is the main screen. So let's hit cartridges. You can see the little cartridge pop into the slot right there. So you see right there, they had a little mention of the Sega Saturn, which is pretty interesting. This game was on Sega Saturn, but somehow this ended up on Game.com. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but let's check it out. My ears are bleeding. So, according to what I see here, this game has Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3, which I really, really doubt that they're actually the full version of the game. So I guess we're going to try out Sonic the Hedgehog Part 2 first. As you can see here, you can actually choose your characters. You got Sonic, appears to be Knuckles, and Tails. And the graphics look really, really shitty because it's on Game.com, as you can see there. Right away, this is the game right here. This is where it begins. There's no introduction or nothing like that. And you can see Sonic the Hedgehog looking around over the place like, as if to say, why the f*** am I on Game.com, because this game sucks. Alright, so this review here I actually recorded over 10 years ago. So you can definitely hear how immature I sound during that time. So let's look at the footage I recorded here from 10 years ago. I cut the rest of the audio out so you don't have to hear me swear anymore. You can see I'm trying to do like a run through on this game, and this game looks pretty bad. The frame rate looks bad. Sonic the Hedgehog looks very, very clunky when he walks around, and I mean, just look at that. When you jump around, I'm surprised that this game actually made it to the Game.com. And I ran through the tunnel. What is that? You can actually hide behind the scenery right there. I've never seen that happen on any Sonic the Hedgehog game before. And that is really, really crazy. And of course, the original audio to that, if you go back and watch it, I was swearing quite a bit. So let's see if we can make it to the end of this level right here. Now, this game was very, very frustrating to play during the recording of this. Now, I used to own a physical copy of this game too. I still have my Game.com. You got that bee enemy right there. I mean, at first glance, when you look at the screenshots of this game, the graphics actually look okay, and you can see that Sonic the Hedgehog, the way he moves around, he slides. There's also a Game Gear game that has the same issue. You can see that we're moving on to Sonic 2 right here. And Sonic 2, you can see that they used the Sega Genesis cartridges, but they put Tiger Gamecom on the cartridges instead of Sega, which is pretty funny because they're actually Sega Genesis cartridges. And here we have Tails yawning, and I wonder why he's yawning. I just wonder. So this game's pretty boring to play compared to the other awesome, amazing Sonic the Hedgehog games that exist. This will be the last one you want to play. And he's yawning still. I mean, look at that. And we have Tails flying in the air, and Tails appears to fly fairly normal in this game, as far as I can see. Now that might be one thing that might be somewhat normal. And he's flying around collecting all the rings and stuff right here. This game is definitely pretty bad compared to the Game Gear Sonic the Hedgehog games. Now this game came out after the Game Gear versions existed. So basically, once the Game Gear like pretty much died off, Sega relied on the Gamecom as their handheld, and that's the reason why all these Sega games appeared on the Gamecom. And we have Tails flying past the barrier right there, and we're trying to go in certain areas. You can tell that it's very, very hard to handle in this game. This game is just really, really bad. You can see that I'm trying to... This is the area in the game where you're supposed to be able to spin around that area and make it all the way to the top. I'm not sure if that's even possible. Anyway, let's see if we can actually run fast enough to be able to pull it off. And I guess not. So we made it up to the top. Well, we had to fly up there. That was... Alright, we made it to the end of the level right here. Let's see what happens here. And we have the Eggman, Dr. Robotnik. Look at that. He's flying in here and he's trying to cause a lot of problems. He's bombing every... Oh my god. And this game is ridiculous. Oh my god, look how many bombs there is. Wow. I didn't know the Gamecom could actually pull that off. Wow, look at that. And Tails actually stayed there yawning throughout the whole bombing scene right there. That was pretty funny. And they actually had the balls to put Sonic and Knuckles in the game too? Are you kidding me? Should you play the game? No. This is a bad game. A real bad game. Let's move on to some better Sonic the Hedgehog games. This game is just... You can tell that I rated the game back then. I considered it a total prick. And you can see that this game's just bad. Let's move on to a better Sonic the Hedgehog game. Let's get rid of this Gamecom altogether. Now in today's episode, we're playing Sonic the Hedgehog Adventure, Pocket Adventure, or whatever that's called right there. It's for the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Check that out. You can see the little cool Sonic sprites right there on the bottom, the whole floor area where Sonic runs across the map. Check that out. Let's pop it in here. And, oh, looks like we need some batteries. Well, let's go grab some batteries. Alright, so we gotta put the batteries inside the Neo Geo Pocket Color. And then you're gonna feast your eyes on Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's see if we can get this closed here. This is the Henshin Tiger Neo Geo Pocket Color. Let's see if we can get this started. Oh, we got some sound. Check that out. So here we have to choose whether we want Japanese or English. Let's see if I can get the glare out of there. I hate glares. Let me see if I can move this over here. Oh, there's glares everywhere. What the hell? Okay, so we're going to pick English, obviously. I'm going to try my best not to put glares in there. You have to choose the little background right here. And the reason why it's doing this is because there's a little watch battery in here, and it's obviously bad. If the battery was good, it would actually remember all these settings. And it's by default set to 1999. Time travel back to 1999, nearly 20 years ago. Check this out. This is basically a 20-year-old handheld right here. Look at that fancy Neo Geo Pocket introduction right there with the SNK logo right there. The sub battery instead. So yeah, that's the battery that I am referring to. It's making a big huge stink about it. Come on, play the game. Got the awesome Sega logo right there. Got the introduction. Sonic the Hedgehog Pocket Adventure. Push A. You hear that little music in the background. Check that out. So yeah, by this time, the Sega Game Gear was no longer supported. So Sega basically made games for a couple of handheld systems. One of them was Neo Geo Pocket Color, and for a short time they also made games for that TigerElectronicGame.com system around when Saturn existed. And check out this sample gameplay here. Look at that. It actually looks pretty good. And this is the Hanshin Tiger Neo Geo Pocket Special Edition Black and Yellow. And yeah, this particular handheld is actually not too common. They actually go for quite a bit of money, I guess. I definitely like the black and yellow look. It looks pretty awesome. You can see over on the top left hand that red light is blinking like crazy. It's very distracting. That's pretty much indicating that your battery is dead. Not the actual AA batteries, but the little watch battery. Got a little bonus stage here. Let's check that out. Look at that. It's like a 3D bonus stage, similar to what you get in on Genesis. What a really, really cool looking port. It's actually pretty awesome. Yeah, collect those rings. Got Sonic the Hedgehog. Get over here. It's actually quite impressive graphics in the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Look at this. It's pretty awesome. Not enough rings. Give me a thumbs down. Oh, you got Sonic the Hedgehog right there. He's very disappointed. Basically, he said that I suck. Got a total score of 11,000. Oh, I almost got... Yeah, check that out. That's awesome. Oh, I thought that was a platform for a second that I could land on. I messed up big time. Yeah, the graphics are awesome. Look at the loops and all the actual graphics. Look at this. It's pretty cool. Good job, Neo Geo Pocket Color. Look at that. Oh my god, look at that. Holy crap. This is a treat to play for a portable version of Sonic the Hedgehog. I have quite a bit of handheld games, but I only have 2 Neo Geo Pocket games. I used to have more, but... Oh, holy crap, what is that? It's Dr. Robotnik. Oh my god. I only have 2 rings. I think I jumped on him twice so far. I'm not exactly sure how many times you have to jump on him, but you have to be careful. I think this is definitely a different... Yeah, it's definitely a different stage than or a different boss fight than the Genesis version. I don't recall him having the hammer in the Genesis version. Oh my god, no! What the hell? No, he has no rings. Oh, I beat him! I wonder if they have the little rabbits. Let's see. Yeah, they have the little rabbits. And they all jump out. Check that out. That's actually pretty awesome. I gotta clean this screen off. Just don't pay attention to that. Alright. Now we're back on this stage right here. And so yeah, this is definitely not my favorite stage, but this is definitely a pretty awesome version of Sonic the Hedgehog. Quite impressive. And if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to give a thumbs up down below and comment, and I'm going to continue playing this. This is actually quite awesome. If you have any memories of the Neo Geo or the Neo Geo Pocket, Comment down below. I do have some memories of the Neo Geo system. The actual system itself was very, very expensive, and no one that I knew had one, but we knew of it. But I never actually played one before. Actually, I know one person that actually did have one. But that's actually a work friend, a guy that I know in my work. He apparently he had one while he was in college. He was a lucky bastard. Yeah, the Neo Geo equipment and games usually go for quite a bit of money. Very expensive. It's pretty much the very first Sonic the Hedgehog, the very first platformer that toppled Super Mario. And this definitely made the Sega Genesis legitimate in comparison to the Super Nintendo, provided some real competition. The first platformer that definitely surpassed the popularity of Super Mario at one point. And we got the manual, and we actually have 2 manuals in here, I think. Maybe not. I thought I had 2. Let's check the manual out. And yeah, I do have for some reason I have 2 manuals. So these manuals, there's nothing really fancy in here. It's a normal black and white manual. Got a limited warranty with 1-800 USA Sega. You can keep your scorebook or scoreboard right here. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different here. We're going to, so obviously, you know what Sonic the Hedgehog is, and you probably played it before millions of times. So we're going to try to make Sonic the Hedgehog a little different by using a Game Genie. And at first we're going to be playing the game a little bit regular without the Game Genie, just to refresh ourselves on how great Sonic the Hedgehog is. But then afterwards, second half of the video, we're going to pop into Game Genie and check out some codes to see exactly what can you possibly do with a Game Genie combined with Sonic the Hedgehog, and see what kind of mischief we can get into. So let's head over to the Sega Genesis with our great label and box art right here with Sonic the Hedgehog, and let's play some awesome Sonic the Hedgehog with the Game Genie. Alright, now it's time to play with the Game Genie. Let's see what kind of crazy crap we can do with this thing. Game Genie, you can basically hack the game and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Let's pop Sonic the Hedgehog into the Game Genie. Just like that, and look how tall that is. Holy shit. I mean, that's insane. Alright, let's play Game Genie with Sonic the Hedgehog into 32X. Let's find out what it does. Let's see if it actually works. Alright, so we have Sonic the Hedgehog main menu right here. Maybe we have to turn... Oh, okay. So with the Game Gear, not the Game Gear, the Game Genie that is, there's a little on and off switch that you can turn off and on. And that actually allows you to fly to literally the end of the level, as you can see here. And let's see if we can fly to the end of the level this time, see what happens. Wow, that was quick. That level seemed a lot quicker than the other, the first world. That was interesting. And we got a really, really gigantic time bonus because it only took like 23 seconds to beat that level. Let's try this out. We're gonna jump. We made it up here. Let's see how high we can go this time. There's definitely some crazy cheat stuff going on here. This is insane. I never used a Game Genie on this before. This is something really interesting. Let's see if I can make it up here over this big huge wall. And wow! 29 seconds. And now we got a massive time bonus again. Now we're in the last Act 3 of Marble Zone. Let's see if we can make it to the end. Let's see if we jump all the way over here, see where we end up. Okay, where the hell are we? It feels like I'm getting stuck on something up here. That's really weird. Is there like a hidden platform up in the sky or something? That is really weird. What the hell? There is a hidden platform up in the sky. Okay. Where the hell is Sonic the Hedgehog? So I guess on certain levels, you can't use this cheat code because you can see right here, you actually might get stuck. Because apparently there's some sort of weird platform going on. And as you can see here, I'm stuck in the sky. That is the weirdest thing ever. I wish I could see what's up there. Try to go all the way back to the beginning and see what happens. So we're pretty much stuck up here. It's really weird. There's like something here where I'm stuck. Huh. I wonder if Sega added this little hidden platform up here on purpose for people like me who want to use the Game Genie and cheat. It appears that we are stuck. That's interesting. So at least we can confirm that there is somehow up here in the sky, or even above that, there's some sort of hidden platform. And I believe this is, what, act number 3? And if it, for some reason, it feels like it's multiple layers. So it feels like there's like a platform here, then up here, and it feels like you keep jumping higher and higher. That's what it seems like to me. I mean, it's really interesting. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. You can see right here, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the label art. The box art looks awesome. You have the nice checkered looking spine label with the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 logo. I mean, look at this. And then you have the Sega Genesis logo right there with the UPC code 010086010510. Yeah. And we got the Sega Genesis logo right there on top. 16-bit cartridge with the nice, awesome, shiny looking Sega Genesis logo. You have Sonic the Hedgehog right there, cross-armed, ready to kick some ass. You got Tails right there. Got the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 logo right there. You got the official seal of quality by Sega. Look at that. And look at this. We got the back of the box right here. Sonic and Tails team up. And you got the screenshots. You got the Super Speed, Super Play, Super Power, and 1 and 2 players. It's the first Sonic game we can play 2 players. So we're going to open up the case right here and got the manual and all that stuff. Let's check out the manual real quick. And as you already read in the title up there, we're going to be playing this game with the Game Genie. Figure out what kind of crazy stuff we can do in this game with the Game Genie. You've got all the awesome, cool looking illustrations right here. Nice black and white screenshots, all that stuff. And then we got the cartridge right here. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, pretty common game for the Sega Genesis. But let's see what kind of trouble we can get into using the Game Genie. Look at that nice shiny Game Genie cartridge. Look at that thing. And we got the Sega Genesis logo on the bottom, the shiny Game Genie. Yeah, let's get into some Game Genie trouble with the Sega Genesis and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Let's head up. What the hell? Let's head over to the Sega Genesis and let's go play some Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and hack the shit out of it with the Game Genie. Let's go. Oh no, that's the wrong Sonic game. Let's head over this way. Yeah, we got the right stuff going on right here. Well, we're saving Sonic 3 for another video. We got Sonic 2 right here. We're gonna pop the game in to Sega Genesis, but first thing we're gonna do is plug it in up here into the Game Genie. You want to make sure that the switch here is turned on, because if you have that turned off, it doesn't work. That all plugged in right there, and let's get the Game Genie and Sonic 2 a tryout, and we'll see exactly what the codes are. We'll meet you over by the CRT in about 2 seconds. And hopefully we get the... Yep, we got the high jump. And as you saw in Sonic 1, the video I made, I got stuck in like a hidden platform up in the sky. It's really, really weird. And I guess you do have the ability to turn off the Game Genie, and it may allow you to drop back down. Let's see what kind of weird stuff we can find here. And we're using a Game Genie with some crazy blast processing. One thing that would be really weird is to plug Sonic and Knuckles into the Game Genie with Sonic 2, with Sonic 2 Game Genie codes to see if it does something weird. That'd be really interesting. You see we're jumping all the way. Oh my god. We made it to the end of the stage. It took a little bit longer to make it to the end of the stage compared to a Sonic 1 stage. And we got a extra guy right there. Let's see if we can make it to the end of the stage quick. And so far we're doing pretty good this time around. And I forgot that you can do a spin dash in Sonic 2. In Sonic 1, there is some sort of weird spin dash. You have to run first and hold down. Alright, so we have, looks like a Dr. Robotnik boss. So in order to hit him, you have to definitely like make sure you're jumping up in the air way ahead of time because you're jumping up so high that let's see if we can do it here. And he is finished. See that he's flying away. And much like Sonic 1, we had the little creatures here that we have to save. We'll see what happens here. There's like a bunch of little rabbits. See a bunch of them flying around over the place. And now we're in this level right here. That'd be crazy if you can jump on things that you never could jump on before. We got some blast processing. Yeah, look at that. Some crazy stuff going on. Holy crap, where the hell am I? I think I jumped like way up in the area where I'm not supposed to be. Alright, so I guess we're going this way. Oh, I almost made it up there. You can't jump quite that high, I guess, but close enough. Let's do a spin dash. Let's see if we can make it to the end of the level using our special ability here. I guess when you have this cheat code on, it becomes a little bit more challenging in certain levels. And where are we now? Now we can jump way, way above that. Yeah, and we made it to the end. Just by jumping over that wall. That wasn't too bad. Now we're in Zone 2 Chemical Plant. Let's see what we can do here. You see right here you have to wait till these blocks fall down. And it's really interesting playing this game with the Game Genie. Just seeing the different things you can do. I guess we're supposed to go down here. What the hell? Okay. Now we're going this way. I have to get around here somehow. And Sonic the Hedgehog has always been a fast-paced game. That's the reason why they call it blast processing. The good thing is it's impossible to drown. Let's see if we run all the way to the end of the stage right here. And we got another Dr. Robotnik's. Oh crap. At this point, it doesn't even matter if he hits us or not, because we don't lose any rings. Let's see if we can jump past this area. You can jump into the trees right there. It's really cool just to see the scenery like way up above and how it reacts when you move. It has that really trippy, crazy look to it. Now we are using a real Model 1 Sega Genesis with a 32X. I'm using the 32X for better video output. You can see we're jumping really incredibly high. Yeah, look at this. This is crazy. And we're probably almost at the end of the stage here. Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks like that was quick. We beat the boss quick on that stage. That's pretty quick. Now we freed up a whole bunch of little animals right here. They almost look like penguins. Now we got the Casino Night. It's a really cool looking pinball stage. I wonder what came out first. Sonic Pinball, or did this game come out first? This stage? Let's see if we can go up here. Making it to the end of this stage is not easy, as you can see. Oh no, did I actually die? That was probably like the first time I've ever died with a Game Genie on. Alright, let's see if we can make it down here. So I guess even with the Game Genie on, you still have to be really careful. Alright, so we made it to that portion right there. Let's see if we can... See if we can get launched right here. See how high we end up going. Holy crap. Well, we made it to a checkpoint at least, so if we die, we can start off there. We have to use this spring right here to launch ourselves. Oh no! I guess it doesn't pay to cheat. We're being invaded by a lawnmower from outside, as you can hear right there. It's being driven by Dr. Robotnik. Today we're playing Sonic the Hedgehog 3 for the Sega Genesis. With the awesome, great looking label art right there. Look at that. That cover art looks pretty awesome. Got Dr. Robotnik right there. He's outside mowing the lawn. As you can hear, very, very rude, Dr. Robotnik. Got Tails up there in the corner. Got Sonic the Hedgehog. You got all these creatures hiding in the woods right there. That might be, you know who? That might be Tails. Look at that. And we got Sonic the Hedgehog 3 right there with the cool little Sonic character right there on the spine label. Sonic 3, Sega Genesis. Look at all kinds of crazy, awesome stuff going on here. It says new attitude, new enemies. So what the back of the spine label, not the spine label, back of the box looks like. And as you already know, we're going to be playing it with the Game Genie. We got the cartridge right there. Find out what kind of mischief we can get into with the Game Genie. And we got the first model Sega Genesis illustration right there. It tells you where to plug in your game pads. Just in case you have not figured that out by... What year is this? What, 94, 95, 94? So if you've probably had your Genesis for like 3 or 4 years already and you can't figure out where to plug your game pads in. Alright, let's throw all the illustrations right here. Got all kinds of crazy stuff. I always love the illustrations of all the enemies right here. Now, a lot of the NES manuals have the same exact thing. And of course we have an advertisement for Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It's like a little puzzle game. I played that before. It's been a while since I played that. Well, let's head over to the Sega Genesis. The lighting is great right now because I actually have my window open. So it's a great time to take a gander, nice look at the Game Genie. Nice and shiny. You can see I actually have my other light on right there too. You can see that. And of course, you can take a look at the Sonic 3 up close. And let's head over to the Sega Genesis and let's make this happen. Let's hack the Sonic 3 with some Game Genie cheat codes and let's find out what kind of crazy stuff we can do. Alright, so here's the Sega Genesis right here, the first model with the 32X. And we're going to be popping the Sonic 3 into the Sega Genesis, and much like Sonic 1 and 2, there is probably definitely some crazy stuff you can do in this game using the Game Genie. Sonic 1 and 2, especially I think Sonic 2, actually bricked. Let's see if we can get this combined together. So we have Sonic 1, like Sonic 3 that is, plugged into the Game Genie, and that's what it looks like when they're connected. It's one big ass cartridge. And we're going to be plugging this into right here. And we are using the 6-button controller for playing this game, and we will meet you over by the CRT TV in just a little bit and get ready to play some crazy Sonic 3 gameplay using the Game Genie. Who the heck knows what we're going to see? You might see some crazy stuff you've never seen before. And it should work. Hopefully. Alright, we got Sonic 3, I cleaned it, and now we're getting somewhere. So you can see someone was playing Zone 3. Let's go to that. Somebody was playing as Tails. And what the hell's going on here? I feel like Tails is definitely not cooperating with the cheat codes. Let's see if we can make it down here. And one thing that's nice is that if this saves, you can have plenty of... Oh no, where did that thing go? Oh. Crap. I love the music in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Alright, so we have to walk over here. Try not to get hit. Let's see here. And of course we're going back to the same place that we were before. Is there any easy... Oh, no. I'm gonna say, is there any easy way out of this level? This level is... I guess the easiest way is to fly through the level with Tails. And these levels are a little bit more harder to get through than Sonic 1 and 2, as you can see. So you have to find yourself... And probably the reason why is they added Tails into the game is Tails can fly pretty much anywhere in the level. You have to button mash to get Tails to fly up, and then let him drop down like that. And we're in the same exact area as before. And there's like an earthquake happening. Yeah, look at this, some sort of crazy earthquake. Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna turn my light off. I forgot I had my the light on, so there's no glare. Where exactly are we supposed to be going in this level? This level is all over the place. Well, there is a sign pointing this way, so that's self-explanatory at that point. Alright, so I'm supposed to go here, and on here. And we're stuck in this area right here. And there we go, we finally made it through. We had to bust through that rock. And it wasn't exactly something that was the most easiest thing to do, especially if you're not used to playing this game. Okay, I guess you can't do it there either. Let's see if we can go down here. And we got some crazy stuff going on here. And we got a checkpoint. And the rings will automatically come to you. Looks like we lower down into this area right here. This level is really obnoxious. Now where the hell are we going? Well, I think we're going in the right direction. There's just arrows pointing this way. You basically want to go where the arrows are pointed. No way! Now where the hell am I? So, alright, so apparently there's something you can do right here. And of course, Tails is so difficult to control because he flies with the damn tail. Alright, if we jump over here... No! That's not what I want to do. Has to do a spin dash right here. Okay, I guess that spin dash does not work effectively over here. And you definitely need to use that spinning platform thing in order to get through a portion of the level. It's funny, when you lose rings, you can actually gain more lives. You just recollect your rings again. Looks like we're almost at the end. Let's see if we can make it to the end. I guess we're going this way. Let's go this way. take our slow ass time going this way. Alright, so we definitely have to use that platform. Let's see if we can go back here and get that platform back. Alright, so here we are. And it looks like we're trying to make this thing fly and it just doesn't want to cooperate with me. Let's see if we can make this thing do what it's supposed to be doing here. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can make this work this time. Ooh, we gotta be careful right there. Oh, no, no. Oh, no. Alright, so we're back here. Let's go over here. And this is probably one of the hardest part of the game right here. Trying to... Oh, shoot. That was close. Alright, so now we have to go this way. You can see that was not easy at all. So you can see here my battery died, so just so you guys can see, even using the Game Genie with Sonic 3, you can actually save where you left off at Zone 4. So I had about probably like 50 something lives accumulated from the Game Genie and made it to Zone 4. So if we choose Zone 4, you can see we made it all the way to Zone 4, but there's only 3 lives down here. There's not 60 something or 50 something lives like what we had before. So right now we're not using a Game Genie at all. This is the straight regular Sonic 3, and it's definitely quite the amazing Sonic game. I never actually beat any of the Sonic games, to be honest, except for Sonic Lost World and some of the newer ones. But these older ones right here, especially Sonic 3, this blows my mind that they were able to actually pull all this off on the Sega Genesis. Like, Sega Genesis really did have some magical blast processing thing going on. So yeah, blast processing is real to me, damn it. I mean, look at this. This is it's incredible. Let's go over here. Oh, look at this. You can see Sonic like being spun around in circles. Of course, I have no idea where the hell I'm going. We're playing a little bit of Sonic 3D Blast. As you can see here, I got the box. These games are pretty hard to maintain because they're cardboard boxes. And definitely like the regular Sega Genesis boxes rather than the cardboard boxes, but Once upon a time, Sega eventually switched over to cardboard boxes. Now this game came out probably around 95 or 96, I think. 96 actually. So, came out pretty late in the Sega Genesis lifespan. Got Sonic 3D Blast on the end spine label right there. Got Sonic on a huge 3D looking graphics right there on the front. Now this is in pretty good shape considering that's cardboard. Have to be pretty gentle taking this out. And the cartridge is in quite the good mint shape. Let's see if we can focus in on that. You got Sonic, a CGI looking Sonic on the front label right there. And it looks fantastic. And there is a manual in here that's black and white. Nothing really exciting in there. If you guys wish to see it, you have to open this up and pull it out. Doesn't sound right, but here we go. Here's the manual. It's a black and white manual, so this is kind of one of those cheapos. But you know, towards the end of the Sega Genesis lifespan, Sega wasn't going to be printing out color manuals. They were focused on the Sega Saturn at that time. So this is a budget release for the Sega Genesis. It was a very, very good game. Let's get this back inside the box without messing it up. This is probably one of the few cardboard cases I have for any gaming console, that is, because it's definitely still in pretty good shape. You know, it's not the greatest, but it held up. I mean, look at this. It's still in good shape. It's not perfect, but... So, yeah, let's... I don't know why I put that back in there. We're going to be playing the game. So let's look at the back of the box for a second. You can see this is an isometric looking game. Top-down view. And I personally like the Sega Saturn version of this game better, but this is definitely a very, very mind-blowing game on the Sega Genesis. Pushes the console to its limits. So let's go play some Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Genesis, and let's be mind-blown by the awesome blast processing of the Sega Genesis. Time to play some Sonic 3D Blast and experience some crazy blast processing on the Sega Genesis, and get ready to have your mind blown away. Alright, here we are playing the Sega Genesis, and get ready for some Sonic 3D Blast. On the Sega Genesis, you saw that really crazy looking Sega introduction right there. And here we have somehow a CGI introduction on a Sega Genesis cartridge. Yes, it does not look the greatest, but somehow they did. And that's actually pretty amazing. I heard that the CGI introduction for this game took up most of the cartridge. And much like all Sega Genesis games, there is a sound test. It plays all the music in the game. Listen to all that awesome Sonic the Hedgehog music. Now, I'm going to personally, on the record, say my personal favorite version of this game is the Sega Saturn version. I know for some reason a lot of people like the Sega Genesis version the best, but I like the Saturn version the best. You can hear the sound effects are really good. Let's start the game and let's play. Got the flickies right there. And, back on the SG-1000, I think, from Japan, the first Sega console, they actually had a flickies game, as far as I remember. So flickies actually existed before Sega, Sonic the Hedgehog, that is. Alright, let's play Sonic 3D Blast. Let's go collect some flickies. It's the whole object of the game. Collect all the things you can, and I've got our first flicky right there, and when you collect a flicky, they become attached to you from behind. You see right there. And for Sega Genesis standards, this game has really, really good graphics that you can see right here. But again, my favorite version of the game is the Sega Dreamcast. Not Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, that is. Oh, you son of a bitch! You didn't do a spin roll, spin dash, whatever the hell you want to call it. Oh, got 2 flickies. Oh, you piece of crap. So when you get hit by an enemy, your flickies start going in different directions, so you have to recollect them again. Alright, so we got 4 flickies, and now we have to get the 5th one right here. We have to collect a total of 5, so this is the last one right here. Get over here. And somewhere over here, you throw your flickies into the ring and advance to the next level. And that's basically how you beat each portion of the level. And now over here, there is another portion of flickies that we have to get. Now, if you play the Sega Saturn version of the game, when you run around on the actual bridge right here, the bridge actually bends back and forth. Of course, the Sega Genesis version does not have the ability to do that. You want to make sure you have at least a couple of rings so you don't die. There's a free Sonic the Hedgehog guy up there. Yeah, the graphics are really good on this game. I must give Sega credit. Alright, so right now we have 1 flicky. We have to find 4 other flickies here, so... Let's see if we can... figure out where the hell the other flickies are. Oh, you son of a bitch! So apparently those guys you can't kill. Alright, here we go. Oh! Don't stay away from those things, oh my god. Alright, so we have 3 flickies. And as you can see here, the game becomes challenging at times, because you can actually lose a flicky. He might be around here somewhere. Oh, wait a minute, there he is! We were able to actually recover the flicky that's on the loose. Now let's try to return him back to where he belongs, over here somewhere. Alright, let's get him back to his spot. Right over here. Alright, so now we can advance to the next portion of the level. That's how you play Sonic 3D Blast, and once again you have to continue finding flickies. That's the whole object of the game. And the way you get flickies is killing the enemies, doing a spin dash and kill the enemies. Very, very good at Sonic the Hedgehog, and I definitely one of the best ones in my opinion. So, if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane and you want to see more awesome Sonic the Hedgehog Memory Lane episodes, just don't forget to give me a thumbs up down below and comment down below, that is, and let me know what your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game is, because who knows, I might make an episode on that next. Alright, here we are playing the Sonic 3 prototype. And right away, the thing that you're going to see the most that looks quite a bit different is the title screen looks a lot different than the full version of the game, like the final version. This little introduction right here looks different also. Like Sonic comes in on a surfboard. It'd be nice to have like a side-by-side comparison. There has been videos on YouTube of people who have spoken about this game, like gamers, that have actually done side-by-side comparisons, but I'm going to let you guys comment down below, and if you notice anything that's really different, just put a little timestamp and down below and let me know exactly what you see. It's going to be really interesting. This came out recently, And you can see on the original hardware, it kind of bugs out. You can see that it's bugging out a little bit there. There actually might be certain things that might be left out of the game as well. So there might have been plans to add like certain things, certain jumps or whatever in the game that they might have left out. But as you can see right here, this is actually pretty awesome. If you guys get a chance to actually play it, or try to grab it while you can. These ROMs are starting to like dwindle away. Like, yeah, we can try one more stage here, then I'll let you guys decide what the differences are down below. Just comment down below and let me know if you want to see more prototypes and betas on real hardware. I have more weird, strange AliExpress cartridges coming soon. So if you guys want to see some more strange, bizarre Sega Genesis games that should not even exist, stay tuned because you're about to see it. Uh oh, what the hell? We're checking out some Sonic R. And Sonic R is pretty cool, but what happens when you combine it with the Action Replay? I mean, what kind of crazy shenanigans can we do with Action Replay? I usually use this to play imports, and this is an import, but is there any cheat codes or hacks available? Let's find out. But first, let's look at the label art. You got Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails running for their lives. Race for the goal with Sonic and his pals. You got some screenshots back here, and this game is pretty cool. And it gets the bad rep of being bad, but I actually think it's fun. You got the color manual right here. But let's head over to the Sega Saturn and let's check out to see what we can do with this. Get it all set up and pop it into place. Alright, so I have our Sega Saturn right there, and we're going to be using our 3D controller because this game works better with the 3D controller than the regular 6-button pad. We have to put this into the console right here. And then we have to take this out of its case, of course. And we got the disc right there. We're going to pop it in. And let's head over to the CRT and let's try out Sonic R. And of course I have this controller plugged in, but we'll plug the other one in 1 second. Let's see if some saved data right here. Let's see if we can save. And we are using the 3D Saturn controller, by the way. This is a lot easier to play than the standard controller. And, the character models on these characters like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. And I don't quite remember what that character's name is. You can write that down below. But the character models look really, really good on the Saturn. And you look at that. That's a pretty cool looking Sonic. So let's test these codes out. Let's see if they actually work. So, according to what it says, no matter what place I get, I'm supposed to come in first place. Let's check that out. The graphics on this game are cool.
Ready, set, go!
It's been a while since I played this game. Oh my god. The best bet is to jump across, like right here. Some people say that this game sucks with the controls, but I always had fun playing it. The controls are a little tough. It takes a little getting used to. See right there, just hop across. Forget about the rings and all that crap. And there we go. Make it look easy. I've been playing this game for a long time. Hop across. And make sure you use your shoulder buttons when you turn. I got a little caught up on that pole for a second. And here we gotta prepare the challenge. We got a hidden character right here. Now, there's something that is not easily done
Ready, set, go!
without using the action replay, so you have to beat this character. Shouldn't be that much of a big deal. Shit, where the hell am I going? Alright, we need to get back to where we were before. Am I going like backwards or what? I think I am. It's the same exact track and everything, but I'm just a little lost. Let's see if we can get in first place. Alright, we'll go this way instead, I guess. It still says that we're in first place, so that's a good sign. Although he's right there, he's ahead of us. So hop across. Oh my god, he's right there. Alright, so we're still ahead. Although this water gets in my way. What you want to do is make sure you don't fall into the water, because the water slows you down. Although this action replay actually might be working. Oh, wow. So I guess on these bonus stages, you definitely have to beat these characters in order to get those unlockables. So I'm using the 3D controller. Maybe I should switch to standard and see how that works. See if it works out better for me. Oh my god, get on the... Sometimes it's very, very difficult to deal with Sonic. Not listen to what I'm trying to tell him. That was another thing. I think I have enough powers to actually go through like those little hidden areas. And here we have our challenging little character right here. We have to beat this guy. Really weird looking Sonic character. Looks like a dark Sonic. I'm not a huge Sonic fanatic. I love Sonic the Hedgehog, but I can't tell you exactly what every character is. And that may... Alright, let's see if we can... Oh no! Let's see if we can make it over here. We're going to go through this little... It's like an emerald looking thing right there. Move it! And you can double jump here, so that helps you out. You definitely have to get into first place though. And he's ahead of us right now. Oh my god, we're not gonna win. Maybe. I mean, he's right there. Oh my god, where the hell am I going? Am I going in the right direction? I hope I am. Yeah! I barely made it. Holy crap. That table can only mean one thing. We're going to be showing off my Sonic the Hedgehog collection. Pretty much every Sonic the Hedgehog game that I own, I can get my hands on at the moment. Let's start off with Game Gear. We gotta see here if we can focus this. We got Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Game Gear. Sonic and Tails for the Game Gear. This appears to be a Japanese copy of the game, as you can see there. We got Sonic Drift 2, which I believe is a racing game. This would have been cool if it came out on the Sega Genesis. It would have been nice to have like a little bit of a Mario Kart competition on the Sega Genesis. That would have been pretty awesome. Now, of course, we have Sonic Chaos, which is a pretty decent Sonic game. And then for the Genesis, we have a boxed copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 1. We have a boxed copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And we have a boxed copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, as you can see here. We do have a copy of Sonic Spinball, which is one of my favorites on the Genesis. As you saw, as you saw earlier, the Game Gear version of that game and the Master System version is not that great. But the Genesis version of the game I thought was underrated. I thought it was actually pretty good. Now we do have a copy of Sonic and Knuckles still in the box. This is around the time that Sega switched to cardboard, which I'm not a fan of. The box has held up though. You have to push this out and the cartridges in there. And we have another boxed game right here, Sonic 3D Blast. And again, it's cardboard. Not a big fan of the cardboard. And over on the Sega Saturn, we have Sonic 3D Blast on the Saturn, an American copy of the game. And we'll put these Game Gear games up here. And we have Sonic R for the Sega Saturn, which is a Japanese copy, and then we have Sonic Jam, a Japanese copy. We got Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. And from there we have a couple of Wii U games. We have Sonic Boom, Sonic Lost World, that is. This is actually one of my favorite Sonic games of all time. The Wii U version of this game I beat it, and I still played it afterwards. I thought this game was really fantastic. And then one of the best racing games of all time, Sonic All-Star Racing. Definitely as fun as Mario Kart. I will definitely go down on record of saying that. It's just as fun as Mario Kart. And then we have Sonic Lost World on the 3DS. This game is not bad, it's an okay game. And on the Switch, we have Sonic Mania. This one's still sealed. This was purchased at a Best Buy. As you can see, the nice yellow and blue little sticker right there. They had it for a good price. And then we have Sonic Forces. And I probably have more Sonic games laying around somewhere, but for now, that's all I can get my hands on, and that is my Sonic the Hedgehog collection, and I hope that you enjoyed this special presentation of Memory Lane.